want to hear what they want to hear. And they don't want to hear what they don't want to hear, specifically because it's their livelihood and their money that's on the line. Now, the other side knows this, brothers and sisters. They know this. When you look at how the whole thing was structured between brokers, and I broke this down a year ago, you had brokers have access to us. They created all this Robinhood, Webull, payment for order flow apps and everything, even more and more, because they knew that for this phase that was going to come, they needed more, obviously, exposure to the retail. They needed more money. You paying your taxes is not enough. And I know this is going to be extremely conspiracy. So much, like this is so deep, so much deeper than just the average video about AMC going to the moon or GME to Pluto or whatever. You know me for always speaking the truth in my mind, and I don't give two craps of what it is, because again, I'm not afraid of anything except of my maker. So therefore, and I have no alliances to anything, because again, I fear my maker, and therefore there's nothing that can either buy me out or get me to come out with things to say or whatever, or press me to say something else. I'm just going to speak it as it is and as I see it, guys. But look back into and follow the money. You had Federal Reserve after the major shutdown that happened. Next thing you know, you had everybody having exposure to all these investing platforms, even for free. Just come, bring your money. People go in, okay, a year and a half later, it's payment for order flow. Okay, some apes were very smooth brained, and therefore people started switching their accounts and migrating it from one place to the other. But in the end, like it did not force nothing. And yes, it is an ongoing battle between shorts and us and all that stuff. But if you think about it, who's the battle truly with? The shorts are there. But who's the battle truly with? If either any of us went to do the slightest of illegal things, we would be placed on a spit ASAP. ASAP will be on there. ASAP will be dealt with. This madness of markets being driven fairly and properly, it's a hoax. The other side knows it, and we know it. It's like the elephant in the room that we all are addressing, but the other side's saying, I can't see what you see. Because it's in their best interest to say that I can't see what you see. But everybody knows it. Even a kid with no access to internet in Somalia knows what's going on. And I'm not making any, no pun intended by choosing Somalia or whatever. I'm just choosing a region or a country. The idea is when you follow the money, you'll see that all these brokers were also connected to all these banks that are extremely over leveraged. And what baffles me is that many or most of these self-proclaimed smooth-brained apes have figured even that out. And they see that, oh, look, Goldman Sachs, extremely over leveraged. Yes, look at that. Evergrande just got them screwed. JP Morgan doing this and all that, and guess what? Yet somehow they refocused their attention over to shorting us to oblivion and believe and vote yes and vote no and don't do all this. Caught up into what's the next meal, kind of like a person who's just looking for his next meal. Not someone who's looking to solve or learn how to fish so that they can fish on their own and feed themselves for good. Instead, they're just looking for the next meal every day. And the next day could be the last day because there's a big possibility that I can't find the next meal. That's unfortunate that that's the mindset. But again, follow that money and you'll see what's in it for each entity on that side. It's not, you're not going against, again, in my humble opinion, as not a non-financial advisor, you're not going against just the brokers. You're not going just against shorts. You're not going just against an SEC. You're not just going against banks. You're not just going against the feds. You're going against the whole entire system. Put all these people combined together, and that's what you're going against. And sadly, who controls all those parameters is the other side. That's why I always say, do not get caught in their games. Don't play the game because they invented it. Don't play by their rules. Don't play within their games. And now you're probably wondering, oh, so what do we do, AB? Stop getting caught in all these gimmicks that they keep putting out. Understanding what happens at least gives you the idea on what to do next. Understanding what and who you're going against and what their intentions are, who's all collaborated, who's on the same end, will definitely reveal to you, to each single person, you make your own choice, how to go about it. But getting caught up in a sports betting like match, yes, no, my team versus yours, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Again, it doesn't affect me, to each their own, but let just the common sense sink in. What's in it for each person on that side? They all split the wealth. Think of the idea of taxes. What's up with taxes? What happened with taxes? Why are they there? They support the entire country. The poor can be taken care of and all that stuff. But obviously that's all in a great world, in a perfect world. But when that's not enough, because the entire system is based and built upon taking and eating, and the powerful eats the weak, when that